these shades. I come alive with these shades. In the alleyways of fear, shadows growing serpent hiss. But beneath the street that's clear, I find my refuge in the abyss. With every step I feel them near, the ghost of sins I cannot run. But these shades, they shield my fear until the rising of the sun. Through the labyrinth of night where the phantoms roam so free, I navigate what covered eyes, my shades are my security.
All right, hey, what up, fam? It's your boy Mikey Fresh. We're back with another episode of the Real Mikey Fresh podcast. And today we have Bounce Ball Boogie on. He's going to tell us all about Underground Nation magazine and the Underground Nation podcast, and really we're going to get to know him and see what he's all about. First thing, so you're from Denver, Colorado. You've been out there your whole life, or was?
Yeah, as soon as I was put back on a mission to come to this prison planet called Earth, I I was placed in the location of Denver, Colorado, born and raised. Barely
Nice.
gone anywhere else.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I would wish I had some more stories to tell you how I go snowboarding and hiking and do all this cool wilderness stuff, but
Yeah.
literally, I'm a city boy.
Hey, that's all good. Hey, he's busy with the podcast and the magazine and music and all that good stuff. Yeah, I'm out here in the Pacific Northwest, Washington State, and same thing. I'm busy doing all this stuff. I don't really get out and do all the snowboarding and outdoorsy stuff either. So
Do you enjoy that shit? Like, would you really go do it if you had the chance?
I do. I like going to the outdoor stuff, fishing and stuff. I'm not really a hunter, but fishing and not. I'm not a snow guy really, so I could probably live without snowboarding or skiing. But
I definitely want to go down the mountain of snow. That's
Yeah.
a goal of mine.
There you go.
Yeah, I want to do
Nice.
it. I want to try at least.
Yeah.
I heard it's pretty fun, but
Yeah.
I've
I know.
yet to have the opportunity.
I know a lot of people that do it.
Well,
So-
tell them to holler at me because I don't have no opportunities to do it.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So tell me about Underground Nation and how did it come about?
The Underground Nation was once upon a time horrorcore magazine.
Okay.
And well, we were dedicated to the horrorcore lane, and we did a lot of amazing things. Had a great run with a series of horrorcore magazines that issued, and finally we came to a conclusion that we wanted to, expand our horizons and start dabbling in more genres, and that's when we birthed Underground Nation, and we've been in around the rock and rap and rock and metal and all these different lanes, and we've been experiencing such a good time with working with different artists and groups across the world now, from different parts of the country. But it really just came from, sparked because as an artist, I can never find the opportunities of anyone wanting to interview me or put me in articles without without having to, I don't know what the word is. I didn't have the opportunity. So
Sure.
me and a group of guys, we came together and we made it happen. So we started bringing those opportunities to underground artists so they could, we wanted our own platform that we could run our own advertising and really help artists get the exposure that they truly deserve instead of dealing with these assholes out here that are just running people down and not giving them any support.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming on to my podcast and I being in that horrorcore genre. I know a couple fellas I'm sure would love to come on and talk about that on your show too. So
Well,
I was
hope to
wondering
them.
what was there kind of maybe a gap that you guys saw and between like underground and mainstream that maybe you guys were trying to fill, or?
And there's always a gap.
Mhm.
And to be straightforward with you, the gap today is probably one of the biggest opportunities that I could say that artists should be taking advantage of to be independent and have all these different resources available to them. It's unfortunate, even with the internet and even now with AI available to these artists, they're still dumbfounded on how to be able to properly market themselves. And so our
Mm,
goal was to really bring that education to the underground artists so they could, like I said, get the advertising and marketing that they actually need, not just boosting your post on social media. I mean, actually
hmm.
target marketing so you could build your fan base the right way.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. That's what my team. So I work with Diamond Sharp Records, like co-founder, and then I'm a producer and an artist for them, and that's something we talk about a lot, right? Is learning how to market ourselves and target advertising. Um, like you said, boosting, on your social media, right? And it's like, well, you have to know what you're doing too. You have to make sure it's going to the right people. If you
Yeah.
just put money on and hit send, it might be going to some little old lady in, Malaysia somewhere that doesn't give a fuck about your music.
Yeah,
That,
absolutely. Because algorithms mean everything, and
yeah.
I think a lot of people get confused by those numbers and the graphs that they're given. But if you take the time to understand them and how your content is being received by the audience that's being shown to, it helps you be able to maneuver and be able to start targeting what your ideal prospect would be. Meaning, if you're seeing you're getting more of a male recognition over female, but you want to increase your female audience, obviously you got to play around with some different things to attract the female audience over
Mhm.
what you've been. So it's all about strategy, and I think a lot of artists try to overstep that, and they just keep creating, and keep dumping content without putting a strategy behind it. And that's where I see a lot of artists get frustrated, and they give up, or they quit, or they
Yeah.
or they or they pay someone to go get them bots, botted streams, or and stuff like that.
Right.
And it sucks. It sucks to see that. And when they actually get to a marketer and they have those botted streams, a lot of the times they can't even be helped because they're like, "Bro, your shit is incorrect."
Hmm.
and you anyway. It's all about education and really helping artists get pushed the right way.
Yeah. And one thing too that I noticed is a lot of artists they'll get frustrated and they kind of lash out at the rest of the community, right? Like, oh, nobody wants to support, right? uh,
Yeah,
and it's unfortunate, and it's not really not that that's the
bro.
case.
Bro, I've been
We're all
doing
trying to
social
do it.
media since the beginning, and
Mm,
I came across that similar era, I guess, getting frustrated with trying to figure it out. But
yeah.
and it changes so often. It's like you'll never be able to figure it out because once you figure it out, it changes again. You gotta learn something new.
Mm,
But what one thing I would tell you, bro, that a lot of artists don't understand, they think they get shadow banned. They think the
yeah.
platform is hating on them, and I'm like, bro, you do realize that you are the algorithm. You create the algorithm. You're the one that has to spark that. And that goes right back to being able to read your analytics and how to adjust yourself so you could start posting at times that you see your audience is available. That you could jump right in front of them while they're doing their doom scroll, if you will.
Yeah. Yeah, patience too. I mean, some people, you put a video out and and you're checking the analytics and 20 minutes, going, how come I'm not getting views, or
Bro, fucking as an artist, you bro, you shouldn't have patience.
yeah.
You should be creating so much content that you are just freaking posting. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're dropping a song, you should be out there fucking dumping performance reels. You got a phone, you got a tripod you could buy off the TikTok shop and Amazon now. And I'm like, bro, you could go outside and record yourself. Now they got
You sure?
self-tracking freaking tripods, bro. I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
go out there. Like the one thing I hate is when I hear artists say, "I don't know what to create. I don't know what to do." I'm like, bro, what are you? Are you a singer? Are you a
Hmm.
rapper? Well, shut up and rap. And that is your content, bro. And if you got one song, go show them different places in your neighborhood or where you live, or go exploring in your cities and the country and show them different places, and then just shut up and rap. Just do your thing and record yourself and put it out there. And the more you do that, you'll start to see that some videos are more popular than the others, and the
Hmm.
ones that are more popular, those are the ones obviously you could go do the boosting thing because it gained natural reaction on its own. So if you put some money behind it, obviously it's going to hit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and when I say patient, I mean like just don't expect to blow up like overnight. I mean, it can happen, right? But keep, like you
Man,
said,
if I
keep
put one
creating
fishing
content.
rod, we go fishing, bro, and I put one fishing rod in the lake, and I
Yeah,
sit there waiting for some fish to come get one rod, compared to me putting 10, 20 rods out there, bro. We're gonna get one to snag on faster with 20 than just one.
for sure. Yeah, yeah. Staying consistent, like you said, creating content, a lot of it, and
Ruthless. If you're
ruthless.
if you're not patient, just start dropping content, bro. Don't even look.
Yeah.
Don't even look. Just drop, drop, drop. And anyway, that's my 2 cents on that.
So I guess, yeah. So I mean, when it comes to content creation and artists and stuff, I mean, what what instantly like hooks you to a new artist, or kind of lands them on your radar?
I like to look for personality.
Hmm.
I like the charisma. I like the excitement, the energy, and you can tell when someone's being authentic, right? And they're putting their everything into that song and trying to deliver a message, and you can see that they're investing into themselves by working with engineers and producers and whatnot. That's what catches my attention. I have been getting fooled a lot lately because the new AI shit going on. I have a lot of artists that pop up and they have this AI and they're telling me it's them, and I'm like, bro, I don't
Mm.
know, you know.
Mm.
It's a little too perfect, bro. And then you hear their voice talk, and it's like doesn't match the voice I just heard on the song, right? So that's been a little heartbreaking for me. But ideally, that's what I look for is authentic, be uh, unapologetically you. Even if
Mm.
the song isn't 100%, I would rather fuck with the artist that is giving their all and trying to put effort to sound good instead of someone who's cheating the system, trying to use AI and saying it's them and trying to get ahead of others.
The audience is gonna feel your authenticity. They're gonna see that, and I think that's a better way to. I think you're gonna grow better because even if you do get popular, I think being fake, you're gonna get found out, right? I feel like eventually.
You always get found out,
Yeah.
even if you are creating the music, but you're being fake with what the words are and the emotion behind it. Like the rappers, for example, with the cars and big necklaces
Hmm.
and flashing cash. And anyway, that's not really you. That's not something that you physically have. And a lot of times you see those artists fade away because they're not having fun. They're not being themselves. They're just trying to get clout and build themselves up, and they think it's going
Hmm.
to work, and it may work temporarily, but it's not going to work for the long haul.
The long haul.
Yes, man. I
Yeah.
mean, I've been doing music for since I was in fourth grade, and there's artists that started before me, and I no longer see them around me, but here I am still dropping tracks steady.
Yeah. Yeah. Tell me about some of your music.
Man, shit. I mean, what would you like to know about it?
Um.
I mean, there's so many different ways we could go with that question.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I listened to a couple of your tracks. Yeah, it's definitely horrorcore. I mean, I guess how'd you get into the horrorcore avenue? What'd you grow up listening to? What kind of influenced you to?
Well, before I answer that, I just want to say "Sunglasses at Night" is the new drop. It's
Yeah,
the background behind me.
there you go.
Go check
Yeah,
it
that's
out.
one of the
It's
that was
available
a dope track.
everywhere.
That's one of the ones I was checking out.
Thank you. Music
Yeah.
video is out now on my YouTube. Go run that up for me. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think. But I got the download for the video. I did an exclusive podcast with Anthony Anthem, who's the featured artist on the hook there.
Okay.
And you get it for $5. You get the download for the song, the video, the podcast, and we included all of our promos with the flyers and videos that y'all could download and keep for yourself and repost and all that cool wicked shit.
Nice.
Yeah, but bro, how I got into horrorcore? Horrorcore picked me. It was not something I ever planned.
Yeah.
It's not something I was like, bro, let's make some fucking horrorcore,
Yeah.
man. Nah, man, that's just how I was writing, and I had no idea that it was horrorcore, and I was just being, in my mind, it was gangster rap, and
Sure.
I
I can
was
see that.
I was just replacing the guns and shit with axes and knives, and originally that's how it started,
Uh,
was me just trying to be different and explain and be a storyteller and kind of go explain the shit that I've been through um in a way that, I don't know, it just came off as horrorcore. And then but I will say that I found ICP young in age, fucking what, third grade, fourth grade.
okay.
Riddle box came into my life, and at the time I didn't think much of it, right? Because I'm still a kid, so I was like, yeah, it had some funny songs.
Right.
And that was it. And then they keep re-entering my life, you know what I'm saying, as I progress. And I just remember one time I got kicked out of class in high school or middle school, I think it was. And I remember there was a locker that was open and it had a CD. You remember the CD packs?
Oh yeah.
They used to fucking cruise and used to almost crash because you're going through your CD binder.
Yeah. Yeah.
I saw one of those, bro, and
Yeah.
I
Breaking
went
down
over and
weed on the
got
jewel
it.
case.
Yeah, and I took and I took it. I was like, "Fuck, I stole someone's CD booklet." And when the way back, it was a blank Chinese disc, and it had 6 Joker heads around it. And I was like, "What the fuck is this?" It had no fucking band name on it, nothing. There's a
Hmm.
mystery. And I played it, and I remember I hated it. Like, what the
Ah,
fuck is this? But I couldn't stop listening. But
right. Totally.
it was a Carnival of Carnage, an exclusive version of that with songs that weren't on the original release. And I had no idea that I had that. And I remember some juggalo saw I shared it with them and they were like tripping balls. Like, bro, you know what the fuck you got, man? That shit's rare as fuck, dude.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I had no idea. So anyway,
Yeah.
where it all
Somebody at
where
school's pissed.
yeah, someone was definitely pissed because they
Yeah.
definitely lost that. And I remember there was like what Nirvana was in there, Candlebox. I was like, what a fucking wide. I cared nothing else but that fucking CD
Yeah.
and that whole selection that I stole from that whoever that was.
Nice.
But thanks
Bro.
to whoever that person was for and helping me find inspiration.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I was introduced, I think I was 15 when I first heard ICP too. My buddy he goes by Big T now. But I met him. He moved from Ogden, Utah up to Washington and we met up and then he's like, "Yeah, you ever heard of Ice Insane Clown Posse?" And I'm just like, "What the fuck is that?" Right? And he played it. Yeah, it was kind of at first, yeah, I was like, "What is this?" But the more I listened to it, I'm like, "Dude, this is so much more different than anything I've ever heard." Even so, yeah, I was into the gangster rap and the West Coast and Snoop Dogg's and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and then with those guys, then you end up in Twisted and Esham and all, everybody else, that comes along with ICP. If you're a juggalo or if you follow the
Whoa, whoa.
psychopathic records,
Yeah,
yeah.
man. Yeah, you'll see me in the family. What was it? The biography the ICP did, family reunion, I think it's called.
Oh, okay.
What's it called? The Gathering documentary.
I'm not sure what the documentary is called.
Fuck, I think it's called a family reunion. I think that's what it's called. Forgive
Yeah,
me for not remembering it, but I'm
yeah,
in that
that's fair.
shit right there in the middle, fucking throwing a trash can.
No, no shit. Huh?
Yeah, they
Nice.
some asshole put a fucking volleyball net as we're all waiting for the Juggalo barbecue to pop off, and of course we had to start saying "fuck your side," and they fucked my side, and they started throwing trash, and I was like, "Fuck this! I'm gonna get the whole trash can." And I picked
So
that up and threw the trash can, and it caught it in the perfect time, just enough for me to make it in the documentary and become the trash can king.
So that was the Trash Can King. Nice. So when they were shooting the documentary, so was that at like just a concert, or is that a gathering of the Juggalos, or
I
where
think
were
that
you
was,
at?
I believe that was the 10th annual. That was,
Okay,
yeah,
nice.
yeah. I just so happened to be there at the right time, I guess you could say.
Hey, they got some hardcore fans. I'll give them to that. They're gang members, right? Isn't that what they told us?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, technically, yeah.
yeah. That's I just thought that was kind of hilarious, but nice. So, who have you worked with marketing in the magazine and
In the past, a few big names that we got to work with was Combi Christ. They were a lot of fun. We helped KMFDM during their last tour run, which was which was almost a dream come true for me because I used to I came up listening to KMFDM as a kid, so I've been listening to them all my life, and being able to do a campaign with them was pretty fucking fresh, and
nice?
having them featured in the magazine and all that was awesome.
How do we work together?
Yeah, man. So
What
it
what's it going
also
to cost me to, right? That's always the bottom line. How much does it cost?
I hate when people do that.
How much does it cost, Bounce?
I hate when people do that. I hate that question.
Yeah,
I
don't
hate
we
that
all?
question, dude. For real, you know what that tells me is that means you've been hit with by so many salespeople, and
Uh,
so many salespeople have let you down that you're automatically like, all right, what's the fucking cost? What
uh,
right? So you're already abused and just fucking ready, just waiting for me to fucking just hit you, just like they hit you. And I'm like, dude, this ain't how it works over here at Underground Nation, bro. It's not how it works. You could come in over here with the $200. You come over here with $2,000. We can make it work. You know what I'm
mhm,
saying? And so what it really is, it's really helping an artist start with a plan. Before Underground Nation takes any kind of money from an artist, we have basically a consultation, if you will, because your goals are different than the next band. You know what I'm saying? And
mhm,
your intentions of what's reality now could be different from the last band I just spoke to an hour ago. So no, there's no one right way for everyone. So soon as I hear artists talking about how much it costs, I'm like, bro, who hurt you? Who pissed you off? What kind of marketer scammed you,
yeah,
bro? Who took your money? I asked
full of
that question
scars.
for real. I want to know what happened because I want to get that out of the way that that's not how it's going to work. And I can't work with you unless you're a team player, for one.
Hmm.
You have good communication skills. I'm not saying you got to answer me right when I text you, but at least respond within 24, 48 hours. That's what I expect. Especially if we're doing a campaign together, right?
Yeah.
But the bottom line I'm trying to explain is it all starts with a conversation first. And we really learn what your goals are, what's your budget right now, what does it look like for what's it look like for you right now? What is you trying to accomplish? Is it streams? Are you trying to get build up a community? Are you trying to get your live stream moving forward? A lot of artists are scared to live stream. And I operate an agency on TikTok coaching artists. I'm coaching artists to live stream.
Okay.
And the reason that is Underground Nation. We have dropped our app. Go to the Google Play Store and download Underground Nation. It's available. If you're an artist, you can create an artist profile. You can upload your music, your pictures, link on all your socials. It's a good start to start networking with other underground artists. If you're a listener and you're just a fan of underground music, you can create a listener account and same concept. You could put everything that you love, enjoy about yourself, and be able to share from other artist profiles onto yours to kind of help boost them through the rankings and whatnot. But go download it tonight. Underground Nation available in the Google Play Store, App Store coming soon, as a time of this recording. If you ain't willing to have that conversation and basically put your balls on the table and expose
Hmm.
yourself, and be truthful. Be truthful. If you don't have
Yeah.
a budget right now, and a lot of artists don't, they
Nah,
don't have a budget, and that's
broke.
because no, not necessarily. Just because think of all the money they're spending already with the producer getting the beat.
Hmm.
If it's an exclusive beat at that, and I always say it should be, unless you're gonna do like a freebie or get a lease or something. At least get a lease.
Yeah.
But anyway, you're getting yourself a beat first, then you're paying a recording studio to go record for 25-50 bucks an hour. Then you're paying someone to mix and master that boy. Then now you're probably using AI to fucking make your album cover. And if you're using
Hmm.
free AI compared to fucking paying for a subscription or something, there's two different qualities there.
Yeah, for sure.
But anyway, fucking so they're cutting corners with AI now. I'm seeing that a lot. Even the
Yes.
picture behind me, I enhance with AI.
Uh,
But
Mine
but
behind me is totally AI. That's all. But
totally
yeah.
but my art, I start the original design on my iPad. So the bounce ball behind me image,
Yeah.
I drew that, and then I uploaded it onto the AI platform and let it enhance, and then added the demons, then I added the smoke. So it's a combination there. But
Yeah,
anyway,
for
that's a whole
sure.
other process, whole other question. Fuck.
Yeah.
But think about all the money that we just went over, right?
Hmm.
Before talking about marketing, just to create the fucking song, we're already 3, 4, 500 bucks in the hole.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. It's not a cheap game to get in.
So it's not
You know.
necessarily that the artist is broke. They're just how are you spending your money, right?
Hmm.
How is that being allocated? How is it being used? And so what I like to do is a complete, I don't know, like a financial breakdown of like what your income is, what your rent is, how much it costs to put food on the table and produce for you and your family, and just break it
Yeah.
all the way down so we can learn what is left over and what are we doing with what's left over and what can we possibly cut out to add to it, like your cigarettes. You don't need to smoke, bro, especially if you're an artist. You can save a lot of money on just quitting cigarettes.
Hmm.
Sacrifice if you want to get ahead. If you really want to pull ahead as an artist, that'd be one of the first things I saw you puffing on that square, and that's why I'm bringing it up.
Yeah.
But I was like, that's money right there. You could
It
be
is.
pull it out and put it right towards your marketing budget. So
Yeah, for
even
real.
if an artist can't start right now because like you say, you don't got the funds, but I can help you make the plan. So in 2, 3, 4 months down the road, you can.
Yeah. No, that's good, man, because yeah, uh like you said, come to you, be honest and upfront with everything, and then you can get educated on what you need to do and then come up with it, because like that's what a lot of artists don't have is a plan, a game plan. They just
They
try
just
to
go
go
off.
and
They just go off what they feel is right. You know what I'm
or what they
saying?
get convinced to do.
Or if you're with a label or a management, which
Well, even just social media, how many ads you see pop up. Oh, master your track. Put your track into our AI, right, or whatever, and master
I'd
it for
I'd rather they do that than not master it at all.
sure. Yeah. So speaking of like mastering and producing and stuff, is that something you guys provide too for?
No.
No,
No, I mean
no
underground.
recording.
No, we have. I mean, I could point you in the right direction. I
Mhm.
mean, we have a
You
lot of
work with,
engineers and producers within our network that we work with for their marketing efforts and such. But Underground Nation, no, we're not a record label. We're not anything like that. We do offer social media management because I do feel that's something a lot of artists need, especially when they start getting popular and such, is that social media could be overwhelming because there's a lot of fucking haters out there that like to get underneath your skin. And
oh
if I
yeah.
could protect an artist by shielding them from having to see all that, being able to respond on their behalf and kind of manage their pages, I'm finding a lot of artists freaking saving their mental space just because they don't got to deal with that. They're hands off. They're just creating their music. They provide the content that we need to post on their social media, and that came just because of that what I just said. I saw so many artists getting in their emotions or getting hurt because they got haters out there that just pop out of the woodwork, and I'm
Yeah.
like, bro, I've been doing social media for so long, and we got a team with us that also has that experience. Like, we'll do your social media for you for X amount of dollars that we discuss,
Mm,
and it just saves the artist for a whole lot of shit. And of course, they have their own personal accounts for their friends and family, like on whatever. And
yeah.
but nothing on the music. I'd have them separated completely. So if they want to be active on social media just because it's entertaining, whatever they can, but
Hmm.
far away from who their persona is.
Yeah, and dude, people are fucking trolls. They'll troll you if they even if they like your music, right? Like they'll
Yeah,
still be
just to get a
assholes to you
rise,
just
just to
to
get a
be
rise out of you.
right. And then they're telling their buddies, bounce ball boogie fucking got all pissed off at me on TikTok, right? Or Twitter or whatever. It's like,
Yeah,
you
that
know,
that that
or
does
some
that has happened.
or sometimes we got to be protected from ourselves, right? Because we will react on social media to some asshole that's just posting some bullshit, you
Yeah,
know.
just to get a rise out of you, and they're
Yeah.
fucking, and then they go clip you getting angry and shit, and all of a sudden you
Mm-hmm.
got more people talking shit
Right.
over something you didn't even mean to happen. You know what I mean? Like you weren't even thinking clearly. You're just reacting.
Yeah. Or shit gets taken out of context. The next thing you know, you're canceled before
Yeah.
people even know who you are.
So social media management, we help with PR. I know a lot of artists don't really understand PR and such, but it's definitely a good way to get your messaging out there and get your brand exposed to a lot of major outlets that we're affiliated with.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, I'm not going to speak any names on that either because we're adding more names and more names are it's a whole thing where I got more names leaving, more names coming in, and that's always a constant rotation. Just because we try to help with PR really get their message out there in so many different platforms, but organized madness, if you will.
Sure.
And of course, advertising within our magazine, the podcast, and our website, the platform itself, that's
Mm-hmm.
always available.
So the magazine, is it just digital, or do you guys have printed copies in stores, or is it
Yeah, so you could order physical or you could subscribe to the digital. We
okay?
actually made the digital versions of all our past magazines free, being that we just dropped
Hmm.
the app and did a relaunch of our website. So all the past issues now are available digitally for free. You go check them out just because we're trying to get our work out there so everyone could really see what we've been building over the years. So we're getting more technology enhanced ourselves.
Yeah, nice.
with all the cool new toys that are being released.
Got to evolve, right? We got to try to stay up with the time. It moves so fast too, man. It's
Yeah,
hard to keep
absolutely.
up.
But I mean, we have over 10,000 10,000 subscribers to our digital magazine before we set it free to everyone, and we had just over 5,000 subscribers to our physical magazine. That every time we made a drop, we take that fund and it gets shipped out to their doorstep. Which I always
Nice.
say the Underground Nation website and everything on the magazine looks fresh on digital, but when you hold it in your hands, it's a whole different feeling.
Yeah, that's one thing too. It's kind of fading away.
I think it's coming back.
You think feel like it? It's like vinyl.
Yes, like vinyl. It's coming,
Yeah.
making a comeback. It's
I
making a
would like to
comeback.
see it come back. I'd like to see a lot of that stuff come back. Uh,
Well, it's making a comeback, and artists are, I've had artists, give me that smart ass like magazine. It's fucking
hmm
2026. I'm like, yeah, bro. You get these magazines and you get yourself a handful of them and go resell them at your booths at your shows, bro. They sell every time.
Yeah, I feel like physical copies of a magazine that you're featured in, right, as an artist or a CDs. That's something really cool to have at your shows.
Absolutely. Especially when
But
I'm at the show and I can have you sign it right there and then. And I
yeah,
see that you have a full article or a full interview inside that magazine. Bro, that is going on my wall as soon as I get home.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but
Uh,
I believe with all the AI stuff and everything that's gone digital, I believe having that physical copy, being able to resell it and put it in your fans' hands, it just shines a different light on you. It really shows that you have a message that you're trying to put out to the world. And
mm,
and I know every band's message is different, but it really shows who you really are. And they always get to come back and revisit that piece of content. It's theirs to keep.
it's cool for the artist, and hopefully the message ultimately that you're putting out to other people is that you're legit, right? And you're not just somebody,
Well,
you know, you're actually
don't
taking
worry.
your shit
We
serious.
don't
And
we don't let's just let you figure it out on your own. We walk you through the whole thing and we help you create the article and do the interview like we're doing today and
Mhm.
tighten it up, make it pretty so it can be put onto the magazine.
So do you guys, what about like, I guess helping push on, say like Spotify and iTunes and all that stuff? You guys help run ads on the music platforms as well
Yeah, so I
to
mean,
help like get on playlists and stuff like that.
you know, uh, playlisting is a whole other ball game in
Okay.
which I can't say that we've helped many artists get on curated playlists, but yes, we have helped artists and businesses do target marketing. So if you wanted to drive traffic to your Spotify or Apple,
Hmm.
I say now. I mean, you can still do that, but I'd rather you be able to drive traffic to your own page and sell your music for $1 download. Like how I was just putting Sunglasses at Night. It's available for
Hmm.
$5. You get the music, you get the video, you get all the promos, and you get to keep all that.
Yeah.
So I'd rather you be able to drive traffic to your personal website and you sell the music direct and you build a community around your music. That's what Underground Nation would want you to do because that's where everything's going. If you could create a community of 100 to 1,000 people who are dedicated to your music, your merch, and they're paying you 50 to 100 bucks a month, bro, you just sustained yourself as an artist. And you don't need the million streams. You don't need to be out there touring and such. But now that you have a community and you're building that and letting it grow, now you can create a tour because you have people in specific areas that you could go to that already support you.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And I don't think artists understand that concept 100% yet.
Yeah. Growing audiences, and I don't know.
Not just an audience, a community.
A community. Yeah. Yeah. I think a lot of
Which I
artists
invited
is,
you to my community, and I don't believe you jumped in. Excuse, and I could be wrong. Apologize if I didn't see you jump in, but I sent you to our Discord, and you are more than welcome to come join our Discord. I have a lot of artists in there that I work with personally, and we all network amongst ourselves. And there's different
uh,
podcasters and such. But definitely a good place to come in my Discord. And if you want to jump in, just holler at me. I'm more than willing to send you an invite.
yeah, for sure. You probably did send me an invite. I a lot of them I get and I take forever to look at too, but I'll definitely jump into yours, check it out.
Sweet. Yeah.
That's something else I need to learn more about is like the Discord stuff. I don't even really know exactly how that all works.
Well, bro, I never thought about getting on Discord.
Hmm.
It was never a thing to me. But what happened for me is I became a trending artist on TikTok.
Okay.
And every day I was just getting prompted by TikTok to create a Discord, create a Discord. You have an audience, funnel that audience to your Discord. And I had no idea what it meant, bro. And so I finally got some team members together and they helped me put together a Discord. And then people started funneling in like crazy. And it's only been I don't know, 3 or 4 months now. And so there's over 100 different people in there. But it's a different feeling than me just going on my TikTok or on my Instagram. These are 100 people that are dedicated to the movement and are
Hmm.
actually interested on what we're doing and dropping and what podcasts are coming out next and what songs we have coming out next. I'm like, bro, this is a whole different feeling. And I don't
Yeah.
think anyone understands it until they see it. And I know a lot of it is based around and my server is based around the Boogie verse and artists with me and around me and such. But anyone could create something similar to that. And it
Mm.
just starts with, like I said, well, back to marketing and targeting that exact demographic that would want to be a part of that community. Why are we going to spend money to drive traffic to your Spotify when Spotify is just going to, I know it's not always about money. I'm going to say that before I say that who gives a fuck? They're going to break down pennies. They're going to
Hmm.
break down pennies. You're going to get a percentage of a penny. And
Yeah.
never in my life, in any career that I've ever worked, has anyone ever broke down a penny. And I think that was the most stupidest shit that I've ever had to learn on payouts from fucking the streaming platforms. I don't like it. I don't agree with it. And yes, you can put money behind it to grow an audience
Mm,
there. And yes, you can funnel listeners from those platforms just as easy as social media. But that's just my take on that.
yeah, yeah, it's pennies, but at least you're making
Yeah,
some kind of money. I mean,
yeah. But I mean, you're spending more money than you're going to get back
right?
from
You
those
spend
platforms.
spend
In theory, of you selling direct, you're going to get more of that. You're going to recoup more of your investment back selling direct than you are showing off your streaming
oh,
platforms. And that's proven. It's a proven concept. That is proven.
yeah. Well, I mean, and you can look at independent artists. I'll use like Tom McDonald for an example, right? That guy sells all his shit independently, and sells physical copies of CDs and all this merch and everything. And that he makes tons of money
Yeah.
because he's a good example of an independent artist doing it, or even out
Yeah.
here like Macklemore,
But he's not by
several years ago.
himself. He's not 100% by himself.
Yeah, you still have a
His,
team.
he has his girlfriend. She's an amazingly talented artist herself.
Hmm.
And then the team around those two are freaking dangerous individuals. And they got my respect. I hope to one day be able to work with both of them. But fucking A, man, their team is fucking ruthless behind them.
Yeah,
They're ready to push them as to the max. And that's what a lot of people lack, is having that team around them, because we don't know who to trust.
that's a big one is trust in this industry,
But
because there's a lot of people looking to take your money, and well, we talked about it, right? Scar you up, take your money, and then you're like, well, who the fuck hurt you, right? When they come to you,
yeah,
and then everybody's suspicious already.
yeah,
Uh,
that's why I always say, just look at the look at the artists we've already worked with, look at the
mhm.
magazines, listen to the podcast, look at all the different genres that we have dabbled in, and all the different artists and from all different parts of the country and other parts of the world. I mean, there's no way that we could be hurting anyone and still be able to have the momentum that we're having with the interviews and such, and the content that we're producing.
Nice. Yeah.
The proof is in the pudding. Putting
Proof
it
is
down, that
in the
is.
pudding.
Putting it down.
Do you guys put on events or host shows or sponsor events for artists, or the artists that work with you guys?
Yes, so we have been known to sponsor events in the past. We're actually in talks now to bring a we are creating an event to bring the podcast live.
Nice.
I don't want to talk too much about it, but we are currently seeking. We're going to do a test run here where I'm at in Denver, Colorado. We're in talks with different venues, but basically, what you see on the podcast, we want to be able to do that live with
Mhm.
several different artists in one night.
Oh, okay, nice. Just kind of do the podcast as the event happens, or
Yeah, something like that.
something
Like I
like
said,
that.
I don't want to give too much, but
Okay.
I don't yet, because I know it's one of those things that monkey see, monkey do, and I want to
Mm.
be able to be in the front as the others start following.
Yeah, for sure. I hear you.
No, bro. I
Uh,
mean, I used to do events like crazy as an artist
yeah.
before 2000, before the pandemic, and at the time we were doing charity events, and the pandemic hit, and even though we were doing charity events, meaning that we weren't asking for money, we were asking for donations for people to come in, like with canned goods or clothing, and we would go give that to the homeless, and we would have
Nice.
artists perform for free and whatever. And so I still had to put money down to book the venue for that night.
Hmm.
Granted, I did get it as a discount for doing charity work or a charity event, but we still put money down, and we lost all that money when all the bars shut down and
Oh
everything
yeah.
closed up, bro. And I had no contracts in place. It was just me doing deals on a handshake, and I lost. I it was like boom, a few $1,000s just out the window, bro.
Yeah.
So that was my first hit, and then going further down the pandemic around the holidays, I got laid off from my job after 11 years,
Oh shit.
and yeah, so
Yeah.
that's when I was like, bro, now I'm a father of six, so I was freaking the fuck out, and
Ooh. Yeah, you bet.
but luckily, after 11 years, I did have a cushion to fall on, so I wasn't completely on my ass. But I had to really ask myself, do I want to start over again and find a job and climb that corporate ladder again just to get to the
Hmm.
top and be chopped the fuck down because I'm at the top? Right? Because that's what
Yeah.
happened. They laid off the top and they kept the bottom. They kept who we were training, and that was just not
Hmm.
right by me.
Yeah.
And that's when I made the decision, bro, that I'm not going to go back to a job. I'm going to go get a financial education. So I went out in the field and I learned life insurance and I started learning investing and I started learning how all the cool financial tricks that the rich folk, I'll say, don't want the middle class or the poor to know about. And I'm bringing that education to the underground. And I see that reflecting in a lot of the artists that we're working with. Like I told you earlier, going to that consultation and learning what their financial situation is really helps them plan so they can really start making movement for themselves with marketing and such and do it the right way instead of
Yeah.
just throwing money out the window and or money throwing mud at the wall and seeing what sticks. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, like with hip hop music, and if you hear some of my music, this is kind of what I talk about, but like I'd like to hear more, especially rap artists talk about, instead of being iced out and just flipping hundreds at the fucking strip club, talk about saving some money, right? Like, you
Gotta
know,
save that money.
you gotta save
Right.
that money. It's funny because like Little Dicky, I remember
Yeah, I was
Little
about to
Dicky
say,
had a
little
couple.
Dicky. That
Yeah,
shit was awesome. Gotta
but
save
dude,
that
it's
money.
like, yeah, be smart about your shit. And it's like, or when dudes get a big contract, right, and then they start blowing all their money, then they find out at the end that that was actually a loan. That they were they actually got to pay that shit back with through your
Yeah,
music and your sales and stuff. And then it's how a lot of rappers go broke.
yeah,
You know,
and they don't know how to use that money
or pay
correctly
taxes.
to set themselves up to be able to recoup it.
Yeah,
But there was a strategy in place, which the record label knows they're going to blow it. They know they are.
that's part of the process. That's part of the reason why they want to sign you.
that's part exactly. There's
Yeah. Oh, you
you
were
don't
on the
have the
hook for two
education.
albums. Now you're on the hook for five.
I made a song called "Go Home Roger," and it's completely about life insurance. And
Yeah.
I took a lot of stories that I've encountered, and I even kind of put myself in those shoes in the song. I mean, the story of it. But I think it's just one of those things that a lot of artists don't think about, bro. Like, think you're traveling out of
Hmm.
state, you're going on tour, you're around people that you don't know, you're going to different venues, shaking hands with complete strangers.
Hmm.
We already talked about haters online. You don't know who's going to show the fuck up tonight. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So
Right.
there's always that I always feel like someone's watching me. And then you rather have something in place, God forbid something does happen to make sure your kids and wife and everyone's good at home, or vice versa as whatever.
Yeah.
I was gonna say female, but these days
Yeah.
it could be whatever. So I'm just saying in general,
Right.
your family, protect your
Yeah.
family. And anyway, it's just a lot of artists don't have the education or they don't even think about it. And I make sure that they at least aware, bro. Like you're gonna go traveling across the country and shit and meeting different strangers and promoters and fans and
Yeah.
you gotta have something, man.
Well, yeah, and we could sit here and joke about it, and make light of it too, but it is serious, and if you look at like even like the NBA or the NFL, right? They draft a guy in and they sign a rookie deal or whatever. And those teams, they have people that teach you about you're coming into a bunch of money and you're gonna have a lot of people coming into your life that are gonna try to be your homie, try to be your girlfriend, try to get pregnant or whatever, like to try to take your money in one way, shape, or form while they're trying to make you think that you can trust them the whole time. So
Yeah.
it really is a serious thing that people do need to be educated on, because a lot of times people just want to be loved, right, or adored by their fans, and and they'll start giving away the farm, so to speak, to do it. To do it.
Yeah. Yeah,
Uh,
man. So, long story short, I went 2 years in the field. I put underground. I left Underground Nation. I just I just let them do their thing. I put my music down. I put the mic down. I did nothing but throw myself into the field and learn that.
mm-hmm,
And that's only because I knew I had to get that knowledge to bring it back to you, the listeners who's listening to me right now. And that may be thinking about like, damn, my grandparents, my mom, dad, I don't know what the fuck they got. Something happens to them, I don't know what we're gonna do tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
And I'd rather you come to me and let me help you instead of you going to some suit and tie motherfucker with the briefcase over there at Allstate. It doesn't give two shits about your family, just trying to make a deal. But over here, we really, like I said, just the same way that we're going to learn about how we're going to help you with your marketing is the same exact way we're going to help you get protection for your family and really start helping you invest for your future.
Nice.
Yeah, I
So
mean, we're going to retire. We all want to retire one day, but
yeah,
none of us know how to fucking get there. We could barely get to the fucking next payday.
yeah, for real. And it's not getting any easier with the prices
Well,
of stuff, inflation, and
yeah, but that's just the
but
thing is that there's vehicles out there that you could put your money into that will help you get to the retirement that you not just
yeah, for
want
sure.
but really need and what's realistic.
And a lot of we try to live beyond our means, or we have habits like you brought up. Yeah, I smoke cigarettes. Yeah, it's a friggin' $10 to $12 a day habit. Now,
I
and it's
bet.
like, yeah,
I don't
and
even yikes.
yeah, I don't know what they
I
cost
remember I
over
was
there, but
bitching when they were $5,
yeah,
$6.
yeah. Well, in Colorado, I feel they're a lot like Washington State too. I think with the tax and stuff like that. Probably not
Uh,
quite as bad, but
all I know is that we recently banned menthol cigarettes in Denver.
yeah,
So
I think they're
there's no
getting ready
more
to do that
Newports
here
and
too.
shit, but you could buy weed on every corner. It's just amazing.
Right? Yeah, same here. Hey, we were the first two states legalize
Yeah,
weed. Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. So when you say you went out in the back or went out into the field, do you have like any formal education on finance and business, or did you
No,
just
man.
get a
I,
job at like
I
State
I was
Farm or
one of
something?
those.
And Edward
No,
Jones?
man.
No.
Fuck no.
Okay.
I was one of those kids, man, that never had an opportunity, right, to go
Okay.
to college and shit. I did graduate high school. I put that diploma in my mom's hands just like she requested. That was the only thing she asked of me, and I fucking did it. And her and I haven't seen eye to eye ever since.
Oh shit.
But no, I never got any kind of education. Everything that I know now is from pure experience,
Hmm.
from me making bad investments, from me being scammed, from me putting myself in bad situations is how I'm able to speak to you confidently today. And how I'm able to help people with finance stuff is simply my experience and learning from different families, the mistakes that they've gone through, and working with a mentor to see how he guided them to get to the place that they needed to be. And so I'm not by myself ever. I have a full team behind me. Anytime that I'm stumped or don't know shit, or I'm thinking maybe this may not be a possible way, I always
Yeah.
freaking lean back and say, "Yo, what you think of this?" I'd rather help you get into the best situation possible than me just trying to make a quick buck. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sounds like a recovery program.
It is, bro. It
Yeah.
really is. And I think that's what a lot of people don't get. I was like, you could go get insurance, you could go get a marketing company, you could go anywhere and get these things. It ain't about the money, it's about who you're working with. It's
Yeah.
about the person. Is that person you're putting money in their hands? And God forbid you pass away tomorrow, can you trust that that person is going to go to your daughter, your son, your husband, your wife, and put the money that you said that they're going to have into their hands?
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I pride myself on being that person to say, yes, I am that person that's going to go put what I said into your family's hands. I'm going to be the one to deliver the numbers that we just fucking talked about for your marketing, one way or another.
So are you guys, I mean, do you handle finances for artists too, or is that you're just kind of guiding them?
Yeah. So
Or
I mean,
is that something?
that's a yes and a yes.
Okay.
Like I said, if I'm able to help protect the family and show them what's realistic for them, yes, I will help you. I will help you get that secured. If we need to start planning how to invest money so you could one day fund your own tour or fund your retirement, whatever it is, yes, we could talk of that too.
Is like Underground Nation or your company ever like in control of somebody else's assets, or is it always
No,
theirs? Yeah. Okay.
it's always yours.
Nice.
Yeah, it's always yours.
Nice. So you can walk away anytime if you guys don't like what they're doing. It's yeah.
Yeah, you
They'll
should
love it. Yeah.
you
The,
should can walk away and be able to pull your money out and all that kind of awkward stuff. But
right.
I never see that happen, and that's usually because they've dealt with so many assholes. By the time they get to someone that's realistic and actually gives a fuck, it's almost a breath of fresh air. For real, man. I go to war for a lot of my
Yeah.
clients, and I've stood up for a lot of my clients just because hate or whatever was happening, and I shut a lot of shit down, or I see a lot of fires that ignited, and I put them the fuck out before it became a big thing, you know?
Tell me if these are true or not. Let's see. You were one time you produced music yourself. You still produce music yourself. You mix
Yeah.
and engineer and all that good stuff. You a
No, I
drummer?
actually
Huh?
don't, man.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
Nah. I mean, my first album that is out there called The Misguided EP, that is completely mixed and mastered, recorded on my own.
Hmm.
The beats were done by oh, he's gonna hate me for fucking going blank right now. The beats were done
You
by
know who you are.
fuck, you sure do. God
Yeah.
damn it. Oh man. He was just starting to get back. He has a new company. It's called Athiox. Athiox. Athiox Entertainment. He just came back into doing music again. I don't remember the original name, but I do know that's the new name.
Okay.
Athiox. So you
It's
can
from
check him out.
Denver.
No,
No,
he's not
okay.
from Denver. Fuck no. I actually don't. I don't know what state he's in the top of my head right now, but he's
He's
definitely
like,
not
fuck
anywhere
no,
near,
there ain't no
near
good
Denver.
producers in Denver. What are you talking? No, I'm just kidding.
I'm sure there is.
No, I'm
I'm
sure
sure
there
there
is too.
is. I had actually anyway. I work mostly online, and a lot of my connections are in different states. And anyway, so is he. And I now work with Timmy Rooks. Timmy Rooks is my engineer. He does all my mix and mastering
Okay.
and beat production. That's the only man I trust now with
Is he under
with all that.
Underground Nation or does he have his own?
No, he's independent.
Okay. Got a company name or just his
Timmy
name?
Rooks.
Timmy
That's just his
Rooks.
name.
All
Timmy
right.
Rooks. Look him up on Facebook.
There you go.
But he's also one of those guys that don't just work with anyone. You know, he has to be able to connect with you and stuff. And him and I, when I first met him, bro, he was in New York and he
Mm,
traveled all the way out to Denver and stayed on my couch for 3 months while him and I worked on my album called Greed. God's
damn.
Revenge excites every demon, and that's out now. And you should definitely go stream it and check it out and add to your playlist and all that cool shit. But he stayed on my couch for 3 months. I helped him get a job at that shitty place that laid me off, and yeah, we fucking ran it up.
Fuck those guys.
I paid him. I paid him for the production. I was still, and of course, giving him a place to live. That was part of the payment, and
Hmm.
but yeah, and we created a whole album together here at the crib.
So he came from New York. How'd you guys end up like meeting? Just online or like?
Yeah, on Reverb Nation, bro.
Oh,
Reverb
okay.
Nation was my very first sponsor. Reverb Nation, they sponsored me for I think it was about a year. And anyway, I had a great year with them. They were getting me on shows, fucking
Nice.
they were sending me merch, and Timmy Rooks found me on Reverb Nation, or I found him, vice versa, however that happened. And that's where that started.
Okay.
So that was years ago. Fuck, I don't even remember.
Reverb Nation still around?
It is, yeah, it
Is it?
is.
Nice.
Fuck yeah, it is. They don't sponsor me anymore, but we had a good run together. That was for sure. But
Yeah.
that they also educated me too on sponsors. And
Oh,
now
nice.
and now we have sponsors galore and advertisers all throughout the magazine. But Reverb Nation, shout out to Reverb Nation because they're the ones who taught me how to get sponsors and how to make them happy. And bro, it
Yeah.
was a great experience.
Yeah, that's cool, man. That's something I've been trying to work on too, is getting sponsorship and to
I think
help
a lot of
push.
artists don't understand that concept either. Is that your algorithm, right, or your
Hmm.
analytics? Your analytics is the whole presentation, bro.
Yeah.
And what they're looking for, the best way I could explain it in simple terms, is they want to see valleys and hills. They don't want to see mountains and peaks. You don't know what that means?
Consistency.
They want to see that wave.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They don't want to see whoop whoop hit you fucking popped off one day and then there was blank and then two
Right.
weeks later you popped off again and it was blank. They want to see that consistent way, bro. And if
Hmm.
you can show that, even if it's low numbers, you'll still get sponsored.
Yeah.
It's all about the presentation.
Right. Gotta sell ourselves. Yeah. Well, I mean, you got to have a little bit of numbers to back you up, I'm sure, but
Well, the numbers are the presentation. That's
yeah.
what I'm saying. Is your analytics is a presentation. Once you
Oh,
get
right. Yeah.
So this goes hand in hand with the social media management, right? Because once I'm able to help you get your analytics right, we can now screenshot those analytics, create a
Hmm.
presentation, go hit up a couple businesses that relate to your brand, show them your numbers and who you are as an artist and your message behind you and such. And then boom. All we got to do now is learn what the budget is. Is it 250, 500? How much money can you invest into those artists to drive traffic to your business?
Hmm. Yeah, I know. I've tried hitting up like local businesses too that I know owners of or whatever. I'm like, bro, I'll even make a little commercial or whatever to put on during my podcast. But
Yeah.
just trying to get creative. Just a lot of it too. I feel like it's just creative new ways of trying to do business.
Well, what artists don't understand, even podcasts, is that low key we're media companies.
Yeah.
We're creating art, we're creating flyers, we're creating advertisements, we're
Hmm.
creating original content. A lot of people can't even do what I just said.
Yeah.
So think about it. You're already utilizing cameras. You're already utilizing editing. You're a full blown media company.
Right.
Pick pick something that you could do that others hate, like editing. I hate editing.
I know.
But
I
if you
keep
can
saying I need
edit,
an editor.
they're in demand right the fuck now because
Yeah, for sure.
there's people like me that hate editing.
Yeah. They're in demand right now from me. I need a free one. But that's decent. No, it just takes up a lot of time, the
It
editing
takes up a
part.
lot of time.
And that's my biggest probably complaint, because the actual physical part of doing it, I don't mind so much. It's the time that it takes to do it. And then I just feel like I could be out trying to grow more, right? While I'm sitting there instead of chopping hims and haws and ums and whatever out of a
Yeah,
video
well,
or
once you have yourself a two or three sponsors, you'll have that chance because now you
yeah.
could use that money to buy an editor.
Yeah, exactly.
Invest into an editor is probably better wording. Instead
Yeah.
of buy an editor, you just can't go buy one at
Right.
Walmart.
Right.
You're probably kidding now with AI. There probably is an AI program somewhere.
Oh god. I use Opus Clips a little bit for my just to create like shorts and stuff for little reels or whatever. You ever try those guys out?
Yeah,
Yeah. They're
definitely
pretty.
tried them out.
Yeah, they're all right. So what's your website? You want to plug your website, and how do we watch the
Yeah,
podcast? And
head on over to underground-nation.com. Download the app available in the Google Play Store. If you are a musician or an artist, create an artist profile tonight. Upload your music, link on all your socials, and get the fuck in there. And if you're a listener, you enjoy Underground Nation or underground music, and you're trying to find and discover new artists, it's a good place to go create a listener account and start diving in and finding so many great artists. I'm sure there's a few in there that you already heard of, and you'll be able to find and network with others. And I cannot wait to see that community grow. We have over 5,000 in our Facebook group that are just been leaking into the app, and it's been really amazing. We just launched the app beginning of the year, so we're what, half a year in now.
Mm-hmm.
So we're still in population mode. So we're populating the app now. So definitely want to see y'all in there and give me a follow. And yeah, undergroundnation.com, underground-nation.com.
Say it one more
Under,
time for me.
underground-nation.com. And of
There we
course,
go.
you go onto YouTube and you can see all of our videos for the podcast at Underground Nation Magazine, UGN Mag. You know, on YouTube, bro, I can't say that I enjoy it too much because we play the artist music on the podcast, and we get restricted every single time that we upload onto YouTube, bro. And I think it's the most stupidest shit, but I get it. It's copywritten,
Mm,
so we get hit with restrictions, and for some reason, they don't get the concept that we're a podcast with permission from the artist to share their music, right?
right.
Even with permission, bro, we still get restrictions. So our reach on YouTube is shit. And that's why when people ask me like, bro, your YouTube, there's no numbers and your Spotify is low, and I'm like, bro, that's because we focus 100% on our own platform at underground-nation.com, and no one gets that until they go to it.
Yes, there will be a link at the bottom in the description below.
Go to the site. Once you get there, everything clicks. I'm like, oh, well, this is where you're spending all your money. Like, yes, we're driving traffic to our website, not our Spotify, not our Apple. We want to bring you to our platform that we own, so we can never get hacked. We can never lose you.
Nice. And join the Discord.
Yes, join the
I will
Discord.
click. I think I have the link in my chat from
You
you,
do.
and I
You
will
do.
click on
Although
that, and I will join.
I do have it as a security thing that link expires every so often, so I have to send you a
Oh,
new
okay.
one.
Send me another one for sure.
That's why I throw it out there, and then people hit me up and say the link don't work. I'm like, yeah, I did that on purpose, so you'd message me and tell me that, so I can send you a brand new one. So
Yeah.
just hit me up. You want to get in the Discord? I will get you in there. It's a lot of
Nice.
fun. Every Friday night we get together and do a podcast premiere. We do two episodes every Friday night, and all the creatures of the Boogieverse that are inside the Discord, we all come together on Friday night with our snacks and our drinks, and we hang out for a couple hours, watch the premiere. And me and Farrell Minks, which is our female host of the podcast, she's our
Okay.
newest team member. We now have a female host. Whoop whoop.
Nice.
And so we drop an episode of hers and an episode of mine back to back every Friday night, and it's a good time. And so we have a lot of fun, and we invite the artists and the bands to come join us and hang out. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but either way, we always have a good time.
You do this as a live stream on YouTube?
Um, no,
The premiere?
no,
No.
no. Just like how we're talking now, it's not recorded live. We do
Okay.
the edits, add in our sponsors and our commercials, and add the artist music that they want to highlight. And that's why I was telling you earlier, we get restricted on hating on YouTube because we get restricted on
Oh yeah, yeah.
every single upload. We get a restriction.
Yeah. So you did. Yeah, you're using full songs, huh?
Not even the full song. A lot of times we're using just a clip, like a minute or 2 minutes.
Mm.
At these past few episodes, we stopped giving a fuck and started playing the full episode because no matter what we do, we
Yeah.
get restricted. So I was like, you know what, just put it out there. We mainly do the video for the artist, so they
Mm-hmm.
could get the clips and they could go, take it. They could take the link and share it around to their fan base. We don't care about the video. We care about the audio. The audio is what gets distributed everywhere, and the
Sure.
audio is what gets placed on our website, and that's what gets the most hits for us on at least regarding the podcast.
Yeah.
Right now, we're averaging just 900 monthly listeners. I know it's not a whole lot, but it's dedicated.
No, that's pretty good though. Yeah. I've argued with YouTube a few times on restrictions too, and I always hit them with the, hey, it's fair use. I'm using it for like educational and
yeah, man, it's all
but it
copyright
takes a while
and all
to
that.
yeah.
And I get it. and it just kind of and don't get me wrong, bro. I could just not release the music and just
Hmm.
fucking, just go put the podcast out there. But I was like,
Right.
what's the that doesn't help the artist though. I want the artist to be able to show their craft, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
for
that's a
sure.
personal decision. Like I'm literally saying I'll take the restriction to keep the art instead of vice versa.
Yeah.
I think it's a good decision. Although I've had people argue with me and say, "No, fuck them. Get your fucking money." And I'm like, "Nah, man.
Depends.
It's about the art."
Where's your heart at, right?
Yeah, man. I want to show the art, bro, because I'm an artist,
Yeah.
and I used to try to get interviews and shit, and no one wanted to hear me out, and I know no one wanted to give me an opportunity. I had to go create my opportunities, but I want to be that guy that I was looking for when I was coming up, right?
Yeah, man. That's why I do what I do right now with the podcast and stuff. I'm like, I'm not just trying to promote myself. Like, I'm trying to put whoever I can from the Pacific Northwest, and and now we're stretching out to Denver a little bit. I got some people from California about to be on, and just helping underground artists, right? And just trying to be another
Yeah,
outlet to
I
get
mean,
out there.
I was telling like we get our money through the sponsors and advertisers. Like I don't need to take money from the artist.
Hmm. And hey, it's a good time too. I enjoy doing it. I wouldn't do it if I didn't.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
And you get to learn a lot of shit from
you
different
get to
people,
learn a lot for sure. Yeah,
especially mistakes.
yeah,
You get to
yeah.
hear a lot of mistakes that other people have made that
Hmm.
you can learn about, and that so you never get to fucking do it. Don't do what they did.
Yeah, definitely. Or share my mistakes. Don't do what I did either.
Yes,
Yeah.
having 6 kids and building a music career was probably one of the most hardest things I've ever done.
Yeah.
And I can't say that I'm 100% where I want to be, but I'm definitely at a good place where I'm grateful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely, man. Hey, I we talked about recovery earlier. I'm a recovering alcoholic, and I'm like, I started building a music career and then took on a full-time job of drinking and and drugging, and yeah, I had to figure out my mistakes and start bouncing back. So,
Well, hey,
and
congratulations to you.
I appreciate it, and I do my best to help other people in that avenue too that are struggling with that stuff too, to do what I can to help them come out on top.
Yeah, man, it's all.
Yeah,
I know it's hard, bro, but you got to make the decision.
absolutely.
Once you make that decision, you got to stick to it.
Yeah.
And I think that's the hardest part because you're always going to be tempted,
Oh man. Yeah. Definitely. There's a
especially being an artist, bro. And you come across so many others that are, just wiling out and they're having
uh
drinks and partying. And you go to an event, there's alcohol
there's
available, and I'm
alcohol.
like,
Yeah. Three-quarters.
yeah,
Most of the shows I do are in bars. Yeah.
yeah. And
Yeah.
I still have a drink or two now and
Yeah.
then, bro, but not in the middle of a fucking show when I'm fucking need to be responsible and clear-headed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I don't think there's anything wrong with having drinks or drinking or anything like that. I just can't do it because I don't stop. That's my problem. I take one and then I don't then you don't see me for 2 or 3 years and I'm in a rehab center or jail somewhere or
No, no.
breaking out in handcuffs.
Time, bro. Time is your most valuable
Oh,
asset.
bro. Yeah.
And
It's
we don't know how much time we have left. And I tell you, take
uh-huh.
advantage every single second that you have.
Yeah. Now I get to spend my time doing podcasts and music and the stuff I love, and being a dad. That's my
While we
favorite
bring that
thing.
up, yes, being a dad is definitely number one for me, and
Hmm.
being a husband and a dad are my first priority over everything. But I wanted to leave a message because we just started talking about being responsible and shit,
Hmm.
and I want to leave a message to artists that use jobs as an excuse. Just
Oh,
just hear
let's
me out
go.
real quick.
Yeah.
I hear a lot of artists talk about they can't do this, can't do that because of their job. A
Hmm.
job that they choose to go to. You don't have to go to. You choose to go to this place. And you're only there and you're only stuck there because you have not made a strategy or a plan to get out. Jobs that are 9 to 5, bro, that you have to punch in and punch out. This is the biggest lesson I learned in my life, bro. is that it is temporary. Even if you think you're going to have it forever, it's temporary. It could be taken away from you at any time.
Yeah.
You could be replaced at any time. And the fucked up part about it is, bro, is I see a lot of artists, and not even artists, just people in general. They give their lives to these jobs just to live paycheck to paycheck, bro. And God forbid when they pass away, guess what that job does, bro? Replaces them. They give
Right.
no fucks. That job is going to move on with you or without you. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I wanted to end our conversation with this message, bro. Like, don't ever give yourself fully to a job. There is a stepping stone. It is
Mm-hmm.
not, if it's not something that you are passionate about and that you love, bro, and you're just doing it to get the money, I understand that. I'm a father of 6. I've done it for years. I've worked several different jobs, man.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, I haven't been as happy as I am today. And I'm 100% independent, working for myself, by myself. I don't have a full operational business yet, meaning I can't earn money unless, if I walk away right now, the money stops. I have to be present and make sure money's coming in. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm training others so I could one day replace myself and be able to step back and still be able to see income coming in. And all I'm doing is coaching and mentoring. And that's the path that I'm on. But everyone's path is different. And all I'm trying to say is get with me. I will help you create a strategy. We can utilize what you have now, help you put together a plan to help you get ahead. Like you just said earlier with inflation and shit, no one thinks about those things. And that's something that we have to think about and highlight because is it going to affect us tomorrow? No. Is it going to
Mm-hmm.
affect us 3 months from now? No. 3 years? Yes. 30 years? Fuck yes.
Yeah.
And that's something we got to plan out on what the future looks like for your situation and what your goals are. And if you don't plan to get out of that job and you don't plan to invest into yourself, into a product or service you could offer to others that's in demand, dude, you are a full-blown media company if you're an artist. You're creating art, you're creating original music, you're creating videos and reels, and you're editing, you're doing all this shit for yourself that you could easily do for someone else that's struggling, bro.
Hell
Especially in the
yeah.
podcast world, like you just said, bro. There's so many long form videos out there on YouTube, and you just go on YouTube and find them, and you can fucking hit them up and say, yo, bro, I'll make you 10, 30 clips for 300, $500 a month. You go on your little Opus clip shit, that's what, $30 a month to fucking
Right.
run. You're in profit. You know what I'm saying? There's those little things, bros, that
Yeah.
no one thinks about that you could be doing to get yourself out of that job and do the art that you love and build yourself a community that's going to invest in you and help you push your movement out there.
Quit selling your life 1 hour at a time and go do the shit you love to do. Make
That's
money at it and start with a plan with Underground Nation and Bounce Ball Boogie.
uh-huh.
Let's
Get
go.
in, get out, and progress.
Yeah.
Progress forward.
Bounce, I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, man. Hey, thanks for having me on. It's been a lot of fun. I was a little confused at first getting in here, and I apologize for that. I'm all over the
That's right.
place, bouncing off the walls, but overall, good conversation for you and I.
I figure if we're not a little confused, we're doing something wrong.
You
Nah,
know,
I'm just playing.
you're probably right because
Yeah.
you're probably right because we would just be non-busy mofos. We're both busy, and that's a good thing. That's a good problem to have.
Hell yeah.
I'd rather be super
Appreciate.
busy and pulled in a million directions instead of sitting on my ass doing nothing, waiting for something to happen.
Yeah, right. Oh God, we wait too much for shit to happen.
Yeah, don't wait,
Past
bro.
lives.
Don't wait for opportunities. Go out there and create them.
Hell yeah. I appreciate you again, man. That's underground nation.com.
Yeah,
Bam.
that's right.
I'll
That's
put the
right.
link in the description in the video and check them out, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
check me out, Joe. Go subscribe, like, follow, and subscribe on all my social and streaming platforms. Just Google me, bro.
There it is.
Bounce Ball Boogie. Bounce Ball BOOGIE. Make sure you visit the company underground-nation.com, and I'll see you underground.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to this video and the Real Mikey Fresh podcast.
Yeah, Mikey Fresh.
Thanks for watching.
Huh?
Hell yeah.